So finally a company has come out and said it. We need to know the truth about our balls. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Knock Stiff Golf. I'm Kyle, and I'm just a fellow golf addict that happens to live in Anchorage, Alaska. When I'm not out on the course playing golf, you're going to find me right here talking about it. So an interesting article popped up in my email this morning, and it's from Mygolfspy. Now, most people in the golf world are familiar with them either through their Instagram or through their forums or through their website that do unbiased testing on clubs, equipment, all sorts of things golf related, and try to give you the truth. According to their website, we are an independent, unbiased, and always put the consumer first. We spend thousands of hours testing and researching products to help you get the most out of your game. This way you can be sure to have reviews you can trust. I think that's a noble idea. This company seems to really run on the idea that they want to give the consumer honest, unbiased reviews so that you can make the best purchases with the money that you have. So, the title of the article that I'm going to be talking about today is the 2019 Golf Ball Buyer's Guide. This one interests me as somebody that has just bought 5 dozen of the Vice Pro Pluses, put my logo on the side, and felt good about that purchase. I got them at a great price, and it's a ball that I think that I enjoy. And that maybe all that you need to know is play what you like to play, but it's also important to know the facts, and the facts are what they tested, and the results that came out from that are actually pretty shocking. So I'm just going to read through this real quick. This is the most impactful test we have ever published. Over the past 10 years, Mygolfspy has conducted hundreds of tests and published thousands of articles that have influenced millions of golfers, but no test has the potential to impact golfers in the industry more than this one. We're not sure exactly when it happened, but at some point, marketing the golf ball became more important than the actual performance of the products themselves. Today for the golf ball, that changes. Today we get what's real and true, and what will ultimately help golfers make smarter decisions about golf balls they play. Now, I think we can all admit that we've fallen into the trap as golfers of the marketing scheme. There's not a single brand out there that isn't claiming to be the best or the best technology, the best materials, the best results from using their equipment. It's a natural thing that marketers do. It's not hard to believe that how much money these companies are spending on just marketing itself. When it comes to golf balls, I think we can all agree that we kind of put the Pro V1 on the top shelf. It's a ball that has notoriously been marketed towards us that the pros play. It's the best ball in golf. It has the most wins. It has all these things that it has the most players playing it week in, week out in the pro tours, all these different things. And it's kind of crazy to believe that because of that marketing, a 25 handicap is going to go buy a dozen of those balls simply because somebody else is using them on the pro tour. That's just not how golf should work, but that's how marketing works. If somebody better than you uses it, you should probably use it too. Now, we know that's not always the truth, but let's dig down into the details a little bit more about their study they did. We're going to go over the 6 key takeaways real quick and just talk about them briefly. Number 1, golf ball fitting is the future. Now, I can totally see this. There's already online quizzes for you to take to kind of determine which ball you should be using, whether that's a low compression, high compression, how many pieces the ball may have, 2-piece, 3-piece, 4-piece, 5-piece even now. And really it comes down to feel. Do you like a softer feel, a harder feel in the ball? And regardless of how you feel about any of these things, what it comes down to is the data may show differently, and that's what you need to go with. The last sentence in this says, fitting for the golf ball absolutely matters. In fact, it matters every bit as much as club fitting, and likely more. Our data suggests that the golf ball might be the single most important decision you make about what goes in your bag. That's quite the statement right there. Most people put so much emphasis on their clubs and not so much the ball. So number 2 is all golf balls are not the same. I think we all know this. There's a big difference between hitting a Top Flight XL 2000 and let's say a Callaway Chrome Soft. They'll respond differently around the greens. They have a different feel off the club face, and I have to believe that they go different distances with drivers. Consider this. At the fastest speed tested, the distance between the longest single ball and the shortest in the test was nearly 40 yards. That's almost 3+ club differences for most golfers. That is a huge difference between balls that are being marketed towards us as being the best. So number 3 is one that kind of confused me a little bit when I was reading it. It's a soft golf ball is a slow golf ball. And it says a growing segment within the market, the soft or low compression segment of the market includes familiar balls like Callaway Chrome Soft, Wilson Duo, Bridgestone Tour B RXS, and Titleist AVX. Firmer balls are faster, generally longer, and as an added benefit to many golfers, they spin more around the green. We get that some of you love soft feel, but the reality is that the only golfers likely to see real performance benefits from low compression balls are high speed, high spin players. That's probably not you. That's safe to say. So number 4 is don't worry about compressing the golf ball. It says, let's tackle one of the most common golf ball myths. Forget what you might have heard, you swing fast enough to compress the core of the golf ball. Our testing showed that the golf balls do not perform differently at different swing speeds, at least not to any significant degree. Balls that are fast at 115 mile an hour are fast at 85 mile an hour. The bottom line is that a short ball doesn't become a long ball when swing speed decreases. Launch and spin relationships don't change much either. While there can be exceptions, a ball that's low spin off the driver is often low spin off a wedge. Speed doesn't change that relationship either. So that brings us to number 5. Pick one ball and play it. We can't emphasize this enough. After conducting this test, we've become firm believers in the idea that golfers should pick a ball and play it exclusively. Which I get. I like there being a little bit of loyalty and consistency of the ball you're going to be playing. I tend to, especially with the Vices, play those and try to play those only, even though in my last round I used some new Pro V1Xs and actually really enjoyed those, so I need to get better at that. So the last thing they said is a bad shot might not be your fault. And it says, you might be able to blame your next shot on your golf ball. That's right, golfers might have a legitimate excuse the next time they play. Our testing found some major inconsistencies in some golf ball models that resulted in shots that flew 20 yards or more offline. Given the consistency of the swing robot that was used, this is something you would expect. The experts we spoke to believe the issues can be traced to manufacturing inconsistencies, balls not round, layers not centered, or a dimple irregularity. These same irregularities can cause inconsistent carry distance as well. So really that just tells you, and kind of deflates me at the same time, that sometimes we have bad shots that literally can be blamed on equipment. I just wish that wasn't the truth, to be honest. Anyways, that brings us to the performance breakdown. So this was kind of shocking to me because there's a big movement in the golf ball industry that why spend $5 on a pro ball when you can spend $2, and we all have seen the marketing and the ads and the newer brands that are coming out that do this. I never get mad at people trying to make golf more affordable for the average person, so I don't get mad at marketing like that. But let's kind of go through the performance breakdown real quick. So they rank it excellent, very good, good, fair, poor. Now I'm not going to specifically say any of the brands that on here because I think you can go look for yourself, and I don't want this to be me coming down on any of the brands. I will, however, name a few of them in the excellent range. You can go check out the rest of them. The excellent range had Bridgestone Tour B X, the Srixon Z-Star, and then the Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X. It's not very surprising. What was surprising is when you got down to the fair to poor, and a lot of these have been some of the ones that have been heavily marketed to us on social media. I don't know what to think of it yet because I've used them, and I honestly, my level of play, I can't tell a huge difference between a ball that got ranked poor to a ball that got ranked very good. Now, it got me thinking because I play the Vice Pro Plus, that one got a fair rating. So I'm going to go through this a little bit further and try to figure out why, but you know, when you get down here into the test notes and you see the testing that they did, and I can just go through this and see the durability and quality tests they ran. I can come down here and see the compression testing they've done, the price, the piece of the ball, and the compression rating, and get a full analysis of what they did. It's stuff like that that I think does all golfers a benefit, because then you can see, without being marketed to, what's going to really be helping your game in the long run. And not only help your game, but really help you see through some of the BS of marketing, and not just because somebody had a bigger marketing budget. It looks like at the bottom they even do frequently asked questions. If the cover of my ball is damaged, will it affect performance? Should I use the ball I play with when I'm getting fit for golf clubs? All these things that are things that you can see they put some thought into, and it's actually a really good test in my opinion, and I think this is going to get spread around on social media like crazy because it looks like it's really well done. So good job, Mygolfspy. This was something I think is what sets you guys apart for the most part. Yeah. You know what I mean. So I hope that in this video you just take away that there are brands and companies out there that are unbiased and are trying to get the consumer the best prices and the best performance they can get. So go visit their forums, go check out the website, read this whole test, and let me know in the comments below what kind of ball you're going to be playing this year. Did this make you change your mind like it kind of doing to me? Whatever it is, let me know. I'd love to talk more about this article. So guys, as always, like, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know your thoughts about this video and Mygolfspy if you've had experiences with them before. And guys, as always, I'll see you next time.